how you doing? Anthony Ferraro here of Create Sci-Fi. This week I want to talk to you about building ancient alien hand props. I love building these. Now, on this channel, I'm creating a series about my making of a sci-fi short, Erringer. These props are part of that, and in one of those episodes, I touched briefly on these, but this is a more in-depth video on how to make these hand props. My process for making these is the same, so principles are universal, as they say. And I want to show you how I made the communicator, and by taking you through that process, it'll give you a little insight into how I created all these hand props and maybe spark your imagination into creating some of your own. These are great. All right, so this is how I went about creating these.
So at the core of most all these props are these tins that I found at an international food store. What I do is I take my Dremel sanding tool and I get these down to metal, and that's pretty rough, and then I just want to soften it up a little with some sandpaper. So I just take a sanding block to that. Now I'm going to add this text or these glyphs. I found this alien font online that I really liked, and basically I just printed this onto label paper. Right now I'm cutting it out with an X-Acto knife. It's a little tedious, but it's one of those things, once you get going on it, it's not a problem, and then I kind of worked out a system. So now I have these stencils, and I'm going to apply them around my device in a circle. Now I'm going to mask this whole thing off because initially I'm going to spray paint this. But what I learned is I spray painted and I used just regular hobby paint, and everything was scratching off, but then I decided to use nail polish. And the nail polish worked really well. This is one of those moments where I had a discovery. Maybe people know this, I didn't. And in the future, I think I'm going to use nail polish because it just adheres to the metal and it's really durable. Now this particular tin had this metal relief, so I painted that with the nail polish as well. It ties it all together. Now from the dollar store, I picked up these plastic rhinestones, and I'm just going to sand these down so they're not so plastic looking, if that makes sense. I just take a few dabs of super glue and just put these around, and that just adds a nice little touch, adds value to this prop. Now I don't want this to be so pristine, so I'm going to sand down these glyphs a little. I'm just going to give them a little scratch just to give them the illusion that they've been part of this object for a very long time. Now I'm going to take these hair bands and I'm just going to add them to the side. They look like gaskets, or perhaps they're ornamental. They just give the piece a nicer profile. So now I apply super glue all around just to make sure these don't go anywhere, and I just wipe off the excess, and that really adds a nice touch. So now we're going to weather it. It's ancient after all. And I just take some brown paint and some black paint, add a lot of water, and I'm just going to do a basic wash on here. I'm just going to cover the whole thing. And then once that gets in all the cracks and crevices, then I'm just going to dab it and wipe it off with a paper towel. And yeah, that just gives it a nice of-the-world look. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Now, to seal in all that goodness, I'm just going to hit it with a coat of clear. That's just to make sure none of that wipes off. And there's the finished piece. I'm very happy with the way these turned out. So here's our actress, and we're going to have her show you the props. We have the communicator device. Then this is the secret canister. Wonder what's in there. And this is a bomb, a flash bomb. And this is some sort of telescope, binocular device.
So with that process, I was able to create several hand props that are from the same universe. Now, hopefully this will spark your imagination to create a world of your own. As always, I hope you found this video useful. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I'd love to know what you think. And make sure to sign up for the email newsletter. And remember, I'm just here to help make sci-fi.